Hello everyone, I'm Tim, and today I'm going to do a sound test comparison of the Master Airscrew 3-blade props versus the stock 5-blade props that come on the DJI AVATA. So this is strictly a sound test. So first I'll start with the stock props because that's what I have on. So we're going to record the sound and then we'll switch the props, put these on, listen to that sound, and then you guys can compare them and let me know in the comments if you hear a difference. Okay, now let's change out the props and compare the sound. Okay, so if you're going to swap out the props on these, just make sure that you pay attention. There are two different styles of props that go on these. They're not matching, but DJI does make it fairly obvious. You can see the orange dot there. This one doesn't have one. See on the corners there and there. So you basically just want to make sure that they are opposite from each other. So if we grab these on the DJI props too, so like, look, oops, I dropped the screw out, but you can see that orange dot on there. Orange dot there goes to the orange dot there. So that's fairly easy, right? Let's see how these Master Airscrew props work. They must have some similar marking to determine. Okay, it does come with its own screws. On theirs, they have two different markings on them so that you can kind of determine them apart. And basically one of them has like a notch on it that's going to fit into the notch on the orange one. So that's basically how that works there. You can see one of them has a notch that's going to go in there, the other one doesn't. All right, I'm going to install these and then we'll get back to the sound comparison. Well, I got the blades on. I just have to tighten down the screws, but I just wanted to note a couple of things. Is when you put these on, it's very important to make sure that they are actually seated. There's some notches on here. If I take this one off again, there's those two little notches on there, and they're going to line up in these little holes on here. So when you put it on, the easiest way to do it is just kind of like lightly hold it and roll it until it falls into place. Because if you screw these on and they're not properly seated, that's going to be crash time. Okay, I'm going to tighten up these screws and then sound test number 2. Also, when you're putting these screws in, I would recommend that you use a hand tool and just hand tighten them. Don't use, I wouldn't recommend using anything battery powered. I would just hand tighten them. You don't need to crank them down super hard. Just make sure that they're in there. All right, I got them all on. You can get these in, I think there was 3 different options, blue, orange, and red. I went with the orange because I thought it might make this thing easier to find if I, drop it in the grass or something like that, tall grass, and I need to go looking around for it. Anyway, let's get to the sound test. Oh, I left the I left the memory card door open. But you know what? One thing I can already say is check that out. Much easier to access that now with only the 3-blade props to deal with. Alright guys, let me know in the comments what you think. If you think these are quieter or louder, or if they sound any different. This is really just for a noise comparison, because I bought these for two reasons. One, the 3-blade, so that they're supposed to be a little bit better for cinematic flight, a little bit more efficiency, a little bit more speed, and lower pitch noise. I don't know if the decibel is lower, but the sound pitch. So I'm going to leave these props on for now, and follow, subscribe, tune into the next video, and I'll do a review of these, and I'll see if I notice any difference or any flight performance. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and more content on the way.